Alright, so today we're going to perform a modified screen with Roshan here. So we're going to take 3 exercises from our FMS testing. The first one we're going to perform is an overhead squat. So Roshan, what I'm going to look for you to do is to perform the exercise. I want you to start off with elbows at 90 degrees. Then I want you to press overhead, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward, and I want you to squat down as deep as you can, alright? Keeping the toes aligned. And now fully press overhead, and I want you to squat down.
It is observed that the athlete's feet turn out while the knees collapse inwards. Torso is not parallel with the tibia, dowel is not aligned over the feet, and the athlete does not achieve below parallel. Therefore, the test is modified. By elevating the heels, the athlete scores a score of 2 on our overhead squat screen. The athlete's feet stay aligned, knees do not track inside of the feet, dowel is aligned over the feet, femur is below parallel. There is also a lateral weight shift observed from the rear view, which the athlete shifts to the left.
Next test in our movement screen, we're going to do our hurdle step, okay? So for our hurdle step, what we need to do to start off is I need to measure Roshan's tibia length. So that will be from our foot to just our tibial tibioscopy, which is just the bony process on top of the tibia, alright? So Roshan, I'm just going to get a measurement here using our FMS dowel. So stand nice and tall. Good, and we have a measurement of 41 centimetres. Now with that measurement, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up our rubber cord here on our FMS board, and we're going to set that at 41 centimetres. For the purpose of this test, I'm going to now demonstrate what we're going to do, Roshan. Okay. So we're going to start off, we're going to grasp the dowel down behind the shoulder, just rest on top, feet together. Measurement is set up on our FMS board. What we're looking to do is keep the toe tucked in towards the shin, stepping over a hurdle, touch, and come back in the centre. Alright, understand?
Okay, yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you to perform 3 repetitions on your right leg and then 3 repetitions on your left leg. Good, and return to centre. Good, stay on the right leg. Good stuff, and final one.
As the athlete performs a hurdle step over, there's a loss of alignment between hips, knees and ankles either side. As the athlete steps over the hurdle to clear it, they turn the knee outwards. There is also notable movement in the lumbar spine. Therefore, the athlete scores 2 on the right and 2 on the left. This gives us an overall score of 2 when performing our hurdle step over.
So the next part of our movement screen, what we're going to perform is our inline lunge. From the measurement we have taken previously from our hurdle step, we're going to use this same measurement to position the heel on our 41 centimetres, while our foot here, we're going to have the toe on our 0 mark, alright? Okay. I'm going to run Roshan through our instructions now of how to perform our inline lunge. What we're looking for is the grasp pole. Starting off, we want the touch in the head, our thoracic spine and our sacrum, so that the pole is in contact the whole time throughout our movement. What we're going to do then is I'm going to position my foot on 0 and bring my front leg to our measurements that we previously have. Then we're going to perform our inline lunge, aim to get the knee to touch and just coming back up nice and tall. We're performing 3 reps each leg for this here. You happy enough with the understanding? Nice, so we're going to place the toe on 0. Perfect, and we're going to bring this leg to our 41. Okay, and I'm going to get you to perform 3 repetitions while moving around Roshan to observe. So, just lunging down. Perfect. Excellent.
As the athlete performs an inline lunge on the right leg and left leg, it is noted that the athlete's front heel lifts off the FMS board. The dowel and feet do not stay in the sides of the plane, as the feet do not stay straight ahead. There is also quite a lot of movement within the torso. Therefore, a score of 2 was given on the right leg and score of 2 on the left leg. This gives us an overall score of 2 when performing our inline lunge.
Alright, following our movement screen, we're now going to bring Roisin into our warm-up. We're going to follow a ramp protocol. For this here, we're going to start off with a raise phase of our warm-up. For our raise phase, we're looking to increase core temperature, muscle temperature, neural activation, and blood flow to the working muscles. For this here, what we're going to work is we're going to work a sequence of runs just to work on our locomotive movement patterns. So for our first one, Roisin, what I'm going to get you to do is just simply accelerate up to the top and come back down. Alright, just nice and lightly on the jaw. We're just aiming to increase our body temperature here, okay? So just up to our right. Good, and back down. Good, next one, what we're going to do is we're going to accelerate out to our red, come to a dead stop, back pedal, and then push forward to our right. On the way back, just nice slow jog, alright? So we're going to accelerate out to our red core. Off we go. And decelerate, reverse, back pedal, and re-accelerate out to our right, and decelerate out to our right. Good, and just jog back in.
I have chosen a glute bridge for the activation exercise.
Band up over the knees. Then all the weight is going to be on your heels. You're pressing straight up, squeeze. Make sure you push out in the band. You're going to hold for the count of 2 and back down. We're going to perform 3 sets of 8 repetitions here, okay? Alright, so I'm just going to get you to drop the band on. Okay, so band is just up over the knees. Alright, I want you to tuck the toes up in towards the shin, all the weight is on the heel, and then we're going to push up and hold for the count of 2. Nice control. Pushing out on the band, we're just activating the glutes. Let's get a bit of hamstring.
The glute bridge with mini band was used to target the underactive muscles that may be contributing to the compensations noted within our screen. This exercise increases force production within the muscle while also stabilizing the hips and pelvis.
Excellent, keep the toes tucked up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Good, and last repetition. Squeeze, core strong, glutes engaged, and down, nice control. And relax. We'll just give around 20 seconds recovery, and we're going to perform one more set here. So when you're at the top, I really want you to squeeze them glutes, keeping the toes elevated and towards the shin, okay? All the weight goes through your heel each time. Alright, so we'll go for 8 more repetitions. Nice control on the way down. Give as much tension through the glutes. Pushing out on the band. Good, nice deep breath in. And breathe out on the way down. Good. Keeping the toes tucked towards the shin. Stop rushing. 2 more repetitions. And last one. Excellent. Good stuff, Roisin. And you can pop the band off. Perfect. Alright, so next we're going to go into our mobilization phase. So for mobilization, we're going to use our dynamic stretches. So what I'm going to get Roshan to perform is tuck the knee into the chest, hold, and then we're going to go into a reverse lunge with an overhead reach, ensuring our body's nice and strong, reaching overhead, heel stays nice and flat on the floor, coming back up, and we're going to perform 2 sets of 6 each side, reaching up overhead each time. Have you enough, Roshan?
Yeah.
So we're going to go for 6 each leg for our 2 sets.
This exercise activates and mobilises key muscle groups that will be needed for our upcoming session. It also increases coordination and stabilisation through the movement, which will prepare the athlete for the anatomical adaptation session.
Tucking the knee in the chest, stay tall, lunge it back.
Our knee hug will target the posterior hip muscles and hip flexors, whilst the reverse lunge will target stretching our anterior hip flexor and anterior core, whilst activating the quadricep while pushing off.
Good work, Roshan. Nice control each time the way back. Slight pause and drive it up nice and tall. Good stuff, good work. Once we have 6 performed each leg, we'll just relax and give ourselves 30 seconds recovery. That's it, so just make sure we're lunging back and it's the opposite arm that's going up. Okay, so if your right leg's up, make sure the left hand you're reaching overhead with. Good stuff. Good work, Roshan. Perfect, good technique. And relax, so we have 30 seconds recovery now. So just the purpose of this here is just to activate and mobilize all our joints that we're going into our full body session, alright? So when we're doing it, we really want to hold that knee just into that cradle position, step back and reaching overhead, okay? Nice control, tuck that knee right up, nice fluid movement and nice stretch, alright? So we're looking to prepare the full body. That's it, 60 again.
By targeting the glutes, hip flexors and quads, I feel that this is targeting the muscles that may be contributing to the compensation noted, such as lack of squat depth, feet turning out, and excessive forward lean when performing an overhead squat.
Good technique. Squeeze and reach, keeping that heel nice and flat. Good work, hold on, Roshan. And opposite leg. And overhead reach, good. This is also stretching out our hip flexors and quad. Nice control. So with the overhead reach, we're getting a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Stretching the glutes with our knee hug. And then in the reverse lunge where we're getting some quad activation. This follows on from our previous 2 phases where we're able to keep the body temperature quite high. Also muscles, blood flow. Perfect. The last part of our warm-up now is going to be our potentiation phase. As this is going to be a full body anatomical adaptation circuit based, what we're going to do is get Roshan to move on to a medicine ball squat to overhead throw. So for this we're going to work for 2 sets of 5 reps, and this is going to increase our intensity to bring us into our main session. Overhead throw, what we're going to do is we're going to grasp the ball. We're going to stand nice and tall, squatting down, throw it overhead. The ball can drop to the floor or we can catch each time. Nice control, throwing right up, getting a full body movement, okay, Roshan? You're going to perform 5 reps. We're going to give you 30 seconds recovery and 1 more set. 4, 5, good, and relax. Good stuff. Just preparing the body for our full session, alright? Just under potentiation, we're looking to get that nice deep squat and fully extend, alright? This prepares for a squat, overhead movements and pressing movements by doing a full body workout.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're going to perform a pull down based on the findings of our initial screen. So for our pull down, I'll first demonstrate our first exercise. Nice and controlled. I'm going to get in their half kneeling position. Then we're going to use the kettlebell and we're just going to push forward to get a nice stretch on the Achilles and psoas muscle. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds each side, just to increase the flexibility and mobility in and around that ankle joint. Alright, so Roshi, I'm now going to get you to drop into her half kneeling position. And then just going to pop the kettlebell on the knee. You're now going to lean forward, keeping the heel nice and flat, and we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Good, so it's just going to increase the range of motion in and around her ankle joint. Improve our dorsiflexion.
As the athlete completed her overhead lunge, they were unable to achieve full squat depth. There was excessive lean in the torso and their feet turned out. These can all be contributing factors to tight psoas and gastrocnemius muscles within the calf and limited range of motion within that ankle joint.
2 and 1. Yeah, now we're just going to switch over legs. Have the kettlebell.
It was important to address this limitation as poor ankle mobility can be a contributing factor in lower extremity injuries. Therefore, we address this by increasing the range of motion through static stretching, where each stretch is held for 30 seconds.
Three, two, one. I'm just going to go back into our first leg. So we're going to perform 2 sets of 30 seconds. We'll aim to increase this over now the next few weeks to 3 sets of our 30 seconds. Just keep my heel nice and flat. 3, 2, and 1. And last one. 30-second hold. Pushing forward. Good. Getting a nice stretch on that calf and Achilles. Firing that psoas muscle. Good. 15 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Rashi. So the next stretch we're going to demonstrate is to target our piriformis. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to bring our left leg over on top of our right leg, pop back into our supine position, and we're just looking to pull that knee in towards our chest, keeping that figure of 4 the whole time, and we're going to work for 2 sets of 30 seconds each side. Happy enough?
Yeah.
So we'll get you into the supine position. Good, and we're just bringing the hand through, and now I want you to pull back, keeping that knee in that figure of 4 position, and we're holding for 30 seconds. Nice deep breath in each time, and then breathe out. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, as we get more comfortable each time, there's 30 seconds, we can just bring that knee a bit closer to the chest, keeping that right leg at our figure 4 position. 10, 3, 2, 1. Good. That's it. We can use that outside elbow just to push against that outside leg. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth.
The piriformis stretch was included as a tight or shortened piriformis can contribute to lateral weight shift, which was noted in our overhead squat, and external rotation of the foot, which was also noted in our overhead squat and inline lunge, as the athlete was unable to keep the foot straight when performing their inline lunge repetitions.
Good. Last one each side, Russian, so 30 seconds. Hopefully she'll get a bit deeper into her stretch this time.
Static stretching was included in the cool down as it increases the length of muscle tissue, increases range of motion, and reduces muscle stiffness. It was also included in the cool down as it may decrease performance when done prior to training.
10 seconds. 2, 1. So use that outside arm just to push against that knee. Over the next few weeks, again, we'll aim to increase this here to 3 sets from our initial 2 sets. Where possible, we'll also add a few extra progressions just to get a bit deeper into each stretch. And 10. 3, 2, and 1. Thank you.